Okay, let's do this. It's time to stream some more No Man's Sky. All right, I think everything's ready to go. I think we can go ahead and turn that off and come back to the game. All right, welcome everybody. This is Monkey Puzzle. And let me get back over into the game. And this is photo mode in a terminal. We're in a GEC system named Phalis Hatton the Eighth. And it's a GEC system. It is flourishing. That's the economy, and the conflict state is formidable. So I'm just in photo mode because I was holding the game still. I wanted to show you all an example of a max slot freighter. Ladybugs, can always count on you. What's going on? Hello. So this episode, I want to buy a hauler. I'm not going to buy this hauler, but since it was here, I wanted to show you what the models look like, or what one of the models looked like anyway, of one that would be large, so it would be max slot and could potentially come in an S class. And these air conditioner units, we'll call them, are one of the tells. So it could have one pair like this. Sometimes it has two pairs, and there's also two other models, not counting the permutations of how many air conditioners they have on them. There's two other models at least that we can go to. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of photo mode now. It's actually nighttime. I think it's like always nighttime on this planet. So it's not the most photogenic planet for YouTube. I don't know how to gamma up yet in No Man's Sky. I don't know if there's a way to do that actually. Let's look in the graphics options. And yeah, there really isn't a brightness that I can see. What's up, Father Jimbo? Welcome. All right, so anyway, so that's one of the ones. What I have been doing towards this, well, first I've been working on making a lot of money, and we're going to make a lot of money in a few minutes. I'm going to go back and show you what I have done with the freighter that we got last time, the capital ship. I'm going to wait here for just a minute or two on this one in order to see. There's a second model here that is actually the model I prefer, but it comes in some terrible Christmas colors, so I probably won't be getting that one here either. I tried to do some homework before this, and this is the fourth system actually I've mapped out. And in one of the other systems, I already found the model that I would be happy with, more than happy with. We might go to one more system together just to show you the process. I've got it figured out a bit better than I did the first time I went looking for ships. It still takes a little while for all the ships to come in. And I haven't been doing the whole like save, scum, and reload thing. I just come and I wait and I check them out. So we might be chatting a bit. But let's just see if another one comes in. They're taking their time. I've already written down all the models that come in here, and so there's nothing too remarkable here, except there are two models of large haulers, and then I also would like to get a shuttle. Shuttles are cheap, and there's two models of large shuttles here, and one of them is cool. Their shuttles there's some regular tells too for what marks a large shuttle. And then I haven't seen anything remarkable in explorers, an explorer type or fighter type here. We're in a GEC system, and what that means is that well, the way this works is that each of the three races that have systems, there's a fourth one, there's the travelers, these weirdos here, but they don't have their own systems. They just travel through everybody else's systems. So of the three that have systems, the GECs, the Vikings, and the Korvax, they each have a kind of ship that is more common in their system, right? So I'm looking for a hauler. Haulers are the only ship that actually have 48 slots. The next biggest below that is 38. Fighters and explorers have 38, and then shuttles only like that only go up to 28. That one is not big enough. Let me look at my notes. I gotta turn my head to the right to look at my notes, which is a little annoying. Okay, so that one does come in a large size. I've noticed shuttles have a deviation where they can come in small or large in the same model, whereas all the other ones, a certain model is going to be one size range and one size range only. Anyway, I've deviated from what I was saying before. So each of the three races has a preferred ship. So for the Gex, it's haulers. For the Korvax, it's explorers. And for the Vikings, it's fighters. So we went to Viking Systems looking for a fighter when I got the one I have now, which is parked over there, which we named the Banana Split in the previous stream. I'm still a little unsure about that name. It seems a little undignified. Maybe we should call it the Banana Splitter or something. I don't know. But that name is still on it right there. So for each of the different types of systems, you know, for different races, and so it does become daylight here, and each of the types of ships. So in a Gex system, for instance, they will have 7 haulers, and then there'll only be 3 explorers and 3 fighters. Every system also has 7 shuttles. That, if you don't know, right there is an explorer. That one's not going to be large because none of them are here. That's the Ashes of Madness. So they each have a unique name as well of the different models that you'll see. And so Ashes of Madness are small. The shuttle, or no, the explorers, pull my other page of notes here. They come in small, medium, large. And so the smalls up to 19 slots, the mediums up to 29 slots, and the larges come up to 28 slots. So I don't even need to really bother looking at the fighters here anymore, or the explorers. There is one model of shuttle that I would be tempted to get here, but there was another system that had better shuttles. But today we're looking for haulers. Again, I'm just procrastinating here a little bit because I want to show you this one other model of hauler that lands here, which I like. I think it may be, my favorite model, but it's coming in the wrong colors here. And I do know there's another model in another system that comes in colors I like, and it will probably be the one we go for unless we see something else. What's up, Stephen Wise? Welcome to the stream. We are going to go shopping again. And as soon as this other model of hauler lands here, we're going to go back to my freighter. We're going to harvest some more crops. We're going to make a bunch of money. I have been saving up to sell all this stuff with you all. So in my cargo slot right here, I've got a ton of living glass. And I'm going to show you on the freighter I've set up to make circuit boards. So we can, there's a whole nother crop waiting there for us of both of these things. So we'll go harvest those things, and then we'll go sell them all, and we're going to be rich. Last stream, we got down into the 50s for millions of units because we bought that capital ship. So I've been getting myself back up to the place where I could actually buy a hauler. A hauler, S-Class Max Slot hauler, is going to be about 126 million. And right now, I'm not quite there, but once we go sell all that stuff, we will. So you can see I've made a few sales of my harvests in between, but I'm not quite there. So even if we saw the max one right now, we couldn't buy it. That's all right. It is a recurring thing. It does take a while of waiting for the best one to show up. I don't know if this is the most exciting episode or not, but it's definitely something that people want to do. You found your S-Class hauler while looking for a fighter, and my S-Class fighter while looking for a hauler. Yeah, it is true that all the types of ships land at each of the trading posts. And even though there's only 3 each of the other types that aren't the dominant one in that system, you could very well find the one you wanted in there. It's just a little less likely. So far, when I've been hanging out looking for something like here, I have not seen a good fighter or a good explorer. As far as, you know, some of them look kind of cool, but as far as number of slots and the class, come on, y'all. Come and land. My viewers are waiting to move on to the next thing. There's a bunch of ships over there slowly working their way in, traversing the terrain. Yeah, so I haven't seen that yet, but it could very well happen. It seems like when I've been looking through the 7 haulers in each of these GEX systems, that only 1 or 2 each show up as the large size, and the rest are small. So it's definitely not weighted towards the large ones showing up, and it seems to be like a 1 out of 7 or a 2 out of 7 chance. I haven't seen more than 2 of the large ones in any one system out of the 7, so it's definitely not any, the chances are not greater than 2 out of 7, and it seems closer to 1 out of 7, so maybe it's like 1.5 out of 7, which would be 3 out of 14, something like that. This is slow right now. Usually the traffic's a lot faster of things landing here. It's being really, really slow. We could do a reload and get them landing again, just so we can move on. I really do want to show you this other model, which I'd like to find in another color. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and reload, since we're not even going to get a ship out of this anyway. Let's reload the autosave right here. Pretty sure that's it. Yeah. And when I logged on today, I had 154 hours into this save. Probably spent 6 hours each waiting. Wow. Yeah, I'm hoping we'll accomplish quicker than that, but we'll see. Okay, so that station's right up here. Let's go ahead. Since we just loaded in, a bunch of them should land at once. We'll see if we see that model. It's basically the ones that have the propellers on top of the wings, like 2 big fans pointing upwards. And then there's the air conditioner wings that I showed you before. And then there's the ones that have like the cargo pods on the sides. So this is not it. This one is not large. That one is not either. What do we got? So we got a shuttle, another shuttle, another shuttle. So we got a bunch of shuttles that came in and landed at once. And it's now nighttime again. Speaking of travelers, one of my next streams I want to do the mission I have to start activating portals. Portals allow you to jump anywhere in the galaxy that you want. I think, I don't even know if they're like galaxy specific, or universe specific. Like if you can go to other galaxies through the portals. I don't think so, but I don't know. But anyway, that's something else we need to do. Hopefully that will be a little bit more of exciting to the stream. But again, I wanted to document this process, and also it might be helpful to some people who are trying to get their own ships. You know what the process for it is. So still not getting this thing to land. I've noticed that different trading posts, some can be more active than others too. They're all sort of in the middle of nowhere. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it. What's up, Arnie? Next time you're going to do the reloading trick? Yeah, it can save a little bit of time. It doesn't seem like it would save a ton of time though. But yeah, the way this game's RNG works, I'm not against it, but I try not to. But I'm hoping we'll have luck. We'll find it faster than that. Oh, that's an explorer. No good explorers here. See, the two good shuttles are the Breath of the Parasaur and what is this? Nijikip's Will. Something like that. Use a signal booster while at a trading post and most likely... Okay, here we are. This is it. So let's go into photo mode here again so we can check this out. So this is the other model of large one. Got the sun over there so we can get the light. Let's go up a little bit, take a picture. So this one will be a large size too, and this could potentially come in an S-Class. I didn't even scan this one. Hopefully it's not the one. But the problem with this one in this trading post is that it's red and green, which is kind of my least favorite color combo ever. Not to disparage anybody who likes red and green, but yeah, it matters. It matters. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's got the the fans up at the top, jets or whatever these are, on top of these big wings. So that's like the third size, third model that the large size comes in. Yeah, you can find another. Hey, Hurricane, what's going on? So you can find another trading post in the system, but the system's going to have, I'm pretty sure, all the same ships throughout the whole system. Take another screenshot here. Make sure we get a good one of this. Just showing folks the models of large sizes I've found already. I've done some homework with this and gone around. So let's go ahead and get out of here now. This one is a C-Class and it's 41 slots, so I don't have to worry about letting it go. But yeah, so that's that one. So this is actually my favorite model because the other ones seem a little bulky or just not quite as cool. I like this one. I like the wing style, but yeah, this one's not the right colors. We could wait and hang out until this comes in S-Class 48 slots, but we're not going to do that. Anyway, so with that accomplished, we can move on. What's up, Grayston? Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's get back to my ship, and let's go back to my freighter, my capital ship. Let me show you what I've done with it, now that I can invest myself in it, knowing that we're going to keep that one for a very long time. Unless somehow we run into an S-Class 48 slot freighter, and we have the money to do it, and I don't mind letting go of everything I have on my current one. But let's go ahead and move along. Move along. So yeah, this is where I ended last night when I was doing my research. I mapped out all of the ships on 4 different rich Gex systems. Oh, you're all the way over there. Woo. Okay. That's all I had time for last night. So I was thinking, on one of them, the second one I was on, I found a hauler that would do it for me. At least, you know, the right model that comes in the right size. It's the air conditioner wing type. It's got 2 pairs of them, so it's quite large. I don't really like the air conditioner wing style that much, but it does give a sense of bulk, sense of presence. This ship I have right now, this is a S-Class max slot fighter. We spent an episode looking for this one and found it. So, and I've been upgrading it quite a bit. Once I land, I can show you what I've done with it as soon as I find the entrance to this place. Aha, let me in. Tried to start this stream a little bit earlier than usual, so that some of the Europeans could join. It's a little late over there right now, but it's not in the middle of the, you know, wee hours of the morning. So I know it's about 3 o'clock, so it's about 11 o'clock or midnight parts of Europe. So there'll be some folks that are still up. Good evening from Germany. There we go. D-Maxer. That's what I was talking about. What time is it for you, D-Maxer? Is it like 11 or midnight? Probably 11, right? And in here you can see some of the chips coming in too. It should be all the same models again, but they'll be a little bit slower. See, that one is the Akino Q16. It's not a large size. In fact, for a hauler, that's small. Okay, anyway, let's go back to my freighter. Oh, and I was going to show you what I've done to the Starship since. So, oh yeah, it's full of circuit boards as well. We're going to make a big sale pretty soon as we go back and harvest. I'm not even sure if I'm able to carry all that stuff on my person at once, which is actually kind of important for the sale, because as soon as you sell a whole bunch, the price goes down, and you got to wait for that to recover. But anyway, on here, 7:08 a.m. Wow, where are you, Grayston? You like in Australia or something like that? Hold on a second. I'm gonna mute for 1 second, y'all. Ah, Japan. Yes. Well, welcome Japan. Welcome the whole world to the stream. Okay, back to work. All right, Steven, thanks for dropping in. So yeah, on here in this part of the inventory, I've maxed out the phase beam. I've maxed out the photon cannon. I wasn't fond of the ship initially because the slot layout was kind of weird, but I've been living with it. I've maxed out the shields on this one, and also the hyperdrive upgrades, so we can go pretty far. I've got the conflict scanner, the economy scanner, and then I've got some more photon cannon upgrades over here, which probably should have been attached to this, although it doesn't look like they're attaching to each other, so maybe that doesn't matter. There's kind of a proximity upgrade when these things touch each other, and the outlines all glow like that when they get that, and it doesn't tell you what it is. I think it's like 6% more on the upgrade or something like that, but it's hard to tell. Anyway, I did the best I could with this layout here, and then over in the technology, right now I've got the rocket launcher, one rocket launcher upgrade. I've got 2 upgrades on the S-Class propulsion, which I really want to have 3 for that, but right now I've got another photon cannon thing in here, positron ejector, which is like the shotgun, and that's all got the proximity bonuses with the upgrades. And then this is another phase beam set of upgrades too, which could take 1 more here. I do not have an S-Class freighter. It's too hard to get one. I was following along with the Mighty Gamer's quest for it, and with my friend Albinocker's quest for it, and it takes forever. I think the Mighty Gamer took himself 148 reloads until he came across an S-Class freighter, and that's not something I care about enough to do at all. Okay, so let's go back to Zedona, which Arali actually renamed IronMine the planet, but it didn't stick because that service or whatever where it actually uploads and sticks is down most of the time. Yeah, I've put 154 hours in, so that's how I managed to get this far. Hopefully that time was worth it. I'm certainly enjoying myself. Here's my favorite, the little fairy dinosaurs that live here. And here's my starter shack over here. We got to do a living glass harvest, and there's the freighter. So the freighter is max slot A class, which is not that hard to find. We found it in about an hour. It took us maybe 5 reloads to get to that, and I like it a lot. It's a nice dreadnought style, and it's not as long as they get. That's 3 sections. I think did they get up to 7 sections? Something like that. So it could have been a lot longer, but that's just visual. It doesn't affect the size of it. And if we look over at it, you can see 34 slots is as big as a freighter gets, and it's A class. The class only affects the hyperdrive bonus if you're actually warping with your freighter. And the S class all that 148 reloads gets you is 10 more percent here. So it's 39% instead of 29%. So I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, 3 days of worth of reloading, which just seems boring to me for that 10% more. I haven't even really been warping much with this because it will never match the warping of my ship that actually you can put hyperdrive upgrades in. So I usually just warp with my ship, and if I need my freighter, I'll call my freighter over. So that doesn't even really matter except for bragging rights. And he was doing it for bragging rights. You know, it's a good little goal to set yourself. But yeah, you have to put some epic time. And I don't even like reloading. I try to avoid it whenever possible. Anyway, I've made a bunch of upgrades up in there. I'm going to show you that in a second. But while we're here, we're going to go ahead and do our harvest. Actually, this is the wrong one to start with, just because of the way the slots work out. So we're going to do a little harvesting. And not the most exciting thing either, except the exciting thing is we're going to sell all this stuff all at once, and we're going to make a ton of money. I haven't even added up how much it's going to be, but we're going to be rich. We're going to be rich. And then we're going to go buy that max slot hauler, and then you'll know exactly how I did it. So the living glass part you guys have probably seen already. I had these farms for a couple episodes now. In fact, the episode before last, we set up the expanded the expandable design for this, which I'll show you. This is just the prototype we're in right now. And nicely enough, the other one doesn't have any ladders I have to deal with. Yeah, Mighty's is a 30 plus 39. And then I'll use sub to Albanockers. His freighter is insane. Yeah, it is. He's done a ton of stuff with it. And that's actually his second freighter. It was even more insane on the first one, but he took that apart in order to buy the next one and sold all the materials. So now he's putting it back together again. But yeah, he's got a giant room just full of refiners, each one set up with different recipes he's discovered, and then he's doing a bunch of farming on it as well. Hey Gary Wilson, you got your S-Class full length in an hour's reloading. It took longer to find the shape and color you liked. Wow, you are a lucky guy. You must be like Domino in what's it called? I just watched it the other night. Deadpool 2. Domino, her superpower is luck. So you must have that luck superpower, because that's a lot. Or excuse me, that's not much time to find that. Let's see, I missed one of the lubricant spots. Where is that? I do the lubricant first because that just fits better that way. Let's see, did I get that one? Did I get... this is the one I missed. Yeah, so Albanockers has been streaming just about every day. He doesn't get a ton of views for some reason. I don't know why. But he is doing a really good job getting really far in No Man's Sky and in explaining what he's doing as he goes along. I watched the one where he showed all the different refiner, or a lot of the different refiner recipes recently, and it was too many to follow. It's a lot. I need an updated chart on that stuff. I had a chart at one point, but then it became obsolete when they changed a bunch of recipes, which was no fair. No fair at all. He had an A-class first, gave the cords to somebody, and he got an S-class first, and now on the first reload, what? Yeah, I mean, if I had found one on any of my reloads, I was going to go for it, but I said in the beginning that my criteria was it had to be max slots and it had to be at least A-class. And in 5 reloads, we found the A-class. And so that was okay with me. I didn't want to spend I didn't want to pass up max slot A-classes with the hope of getting an S-class. and then regret it. Yeah, it's good enough for me. I don't need that 10% hyperdrive. You can, like I said, you can always do it with your Starship, which you can always upgrade to go much farther and faster. I mean, the one advantage of warping with a freighter is that it can go to all the different kinds of systems from the get. You don't need to do the upgrades for the drives, which I do have on my. I do have that now on my Starship. I think I can go to all the systems. What am I missing? Can I make one more glass? I can. Okay, that's what I'm missing. Now we can do one more of those. Okay, so we got 6 more living glass, but we're not done yet. Let's put those in my high capacity. The trick is going to be being able to put all these things somewhere. Let's see. I've been meaning to give these away. Do I have a space on the freighter for this? I do. Let's put it on the freighter. Boom. Make a little bit more room. Yeah, you can go ahead and post that, Gary. Thanks for asking first. You guys are welcome to post charts, informative things as a link. Certainly won't block that. Yeah, you can go to, hey, Tri-Town. Yes, we can go to all the systems using only the indium drive. And that's what I have in my Starship, is just the indium drive. I think that's intended. There's a little bit of argument about that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Because it's progressive. You still have to make each one, theoretically, to get the material to make the next. So you had to at least have made them. So anyway, this here is my little greenhouse system. Let's go into photo mode again for a second and show this off. Yeah, so this is a little expandable design that gets you 18 living glass right there. And it could be expanded because I could go off of this little corridor right here and then do the whole thing again there, or I could put a little cross there and then we could do 3 diamonds that way and make it into one big diamond. Right now I'm expanding the farms on the freighter, which doesn't require me to build the domes first to do that. I do have to build the hydroponic planters, and you'll see those in a minute. But this is as far as I got here. I do like it. I think it's cool. So let's go ahead, get that harvest done so we can make the money and sell it. So also, I know the harvesting is not the most exciting thing, but I want to get as much money as possible. I did do a bunch of harvests beforehand, as you can see in my inventory. But also you guys get to see exactly how long it takes to do this, if I can be focused and efficient. We'll see. It's hard to do that and read the chat at the same time. You'll see on the freighter where I got the planters, another slight advantage to doing it on the freighter is you don't have to go in a circle, and so it's a little easier on your wrist. This I have to constantly be turning one direction or another, and then I got to bring the mouse back. It's not the end of the world. You can, hey Michael Tolley, yeah, I could get an extra plant in the doorway, but then the numbers actually wouldn't work out as well. Alright, so we almost got all the stuff for the lubricant. This one, we'll have to do this 2 more times after this one in this greenhouse complex, and then we're going to go up to the freighter. And I'll show you what I did there. We'll do our harvest, we'll sell the stuff, and then we're going to go get that hauler. I got it this past Sunday and have 20 hours loving this game. Alright Rex, that's awesome. Maybe we should start up a 12-step program. I know, this game has been super addictive. I've had to work really hard to get myself to go back to ARC to keep my series going over there, and I am doing it, but I have to say it's been an act of will. I can see 168 hours in a week. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh, I forgot. Oh, I can see a point where I may get a little tired of it once I've accomplished all these goals. But once I've accomplished all these goals, then I can just explore, which I could do now too. But it's my nature to like try to upgrade, and it's also my nature to be a homebody. Pick one system and stay there. All right, before I fill out all my slots, let's go ahead and make this lubricant. And there we go. And then let's make some glass. And let's get the rest of the glass. You never played any game this much in the 35 years you've been computing? Wow. That's a lot. And 1 second, I missed something in the chat. Let me just pause here for a second and scroll up. Okay. I didn't miss much. Doop, boop. Get my dashboard back up. Oh, and let me pause this. So that's not taking up my internet. All right, let's get back here. Back to this. Hey, Sound Juggler 129. So right now I have 112 million. But if you can see in my cargo, I've got a ton of living glass in here and a bunch of circuit boards. And then also on my Starship, I've got a bunch of circuit boards. So we're, excuse me, setting up. I had to say at lunch before this. We're setting up to do a big old cell right now after we finish this harvest and a little bit of crafting. So let's get all this made up. Oop, and then make some more living glass. And then stick that up there. I don't think I have any room. I got one more slot in high capacity. And then I wonder if I have any other place I can dump some of this stuff for now. I like having it all on me, but yeah, it takes up room. I think, oh, we got some room in storage for copper. We'll put that there. This I should just throw in a refiner. This has no place to go. I'm gonna throw some stuff on one of my exocrafts right now, just so we make some more room. I just have to remember it's there. That's the hard part. Drop pod coordinate data. Let's see. We put some ferrite dust in the Colossus, and we'll put some magnetized ferrite on the Colossus, and we'll put the pyrite over there too on the Colossus, and the mortite, and the rest of the metal. We're just gonna do a little dump. And yeah, like I said, the trick is me remembering where I put it. And then we'll put one of the chromatic metals over there, and hopefully that will give us enough room to do this. We're gonna load up. Pirates are gonna be after us for sure. Okay, so I wanted to get over here, and now I can put that in my high capacity. Okay, so we got, let me see, where are we in here? Oh, that was just the first one. Okay, I gotta get busy. We got 2 more of those harvests to do in here, so we can move along. Captain Proton. Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that in the next update, at least that's the truth in the experimental version, that the cost for making the plants is, I guess you'd call it, cheaper. It doesn't use the chromatic metal. Instead, and it apparently needs less of the material. So each of these plants has an associated material. So with gamma weed, for instance, it's uranium. To make these, I needed 100 uranium each. And I think you don't need 100 uranium. I think you need like 25 uranium, and you also need some of the gamma root. Which I forget how much of that is. I think it's on that order too, that order of magnitude. So instead of before, it was 25 chromatic metal and 100 of the associated material, which was definitely the bottleneck for building it. Is getting all those materials. I had to do a lot of grinding to get that part. Although I didn't mind the chromatic metal part, because part of my freighter missions, they get lots of activated materials, and it was actually easier for me to build up on the chromatic metal than it was on some of the other things. You've been working on the story mostly, Hurricane, and gets intense at points. That's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to that. I've been holding off on that because I wanted to do this. I couldn't help it. And I love sandboxes, and this is really what makes it sandboxy for me, is the ability to improve yourself. Gary's only slept 22 hours in the past week and a half. Sleep 6 hours at most. I generally do too, although it doesn't really work for me. I should be sleeping more. I was trying the little Da Vinci power naps for a while, and that kind of gets you through it. What is the best way to get money fast for kind of beginners? Answer that in a second. Make sure I've read the rest of the chat. I've got about 153 hours when I signed on today, Grayston. Chromatic metal is so easy to get with a ton of autonomous miners. Yeah, and then if you do the activated materials, it's even better. Like activated indium, I think, gives you like, one of those gives you like 4 chromatic metal per each. So yeah, it can add up pretty quick. So the easiest way to make money fast in the beginning is probably scanning. If you get the upgrades for your scanner, which I should just show you real quick here, these S-Class scanner upgrades. So these were the modules, the upgrade modules from the multi-tool vendor in the space stations, and you go to enough of them, and you get enough nanites just from uploading your discoveries and such, or from fixing the broken equipment, or whatever, all the different ways you can get nanites. Then you get these, and each of these gives you just a humongous bonus on the amount of units you get. Like this one is 6,800 and 8,000. This one is 6,500, 88. This one's 9,000% and 99,755%. So you end up getting, excuse me, I shouldn't eat lunch so close to streaming. You end up getting massive amounts more units. Like I've gotten as much as like 400,000 units, maybe up to 500,000 units for scanning one rare creature. So I'd say that's the easiest way in the beginning. And then farming is not bad. Not bad at all. I liked it. It seemed more interesting than asset flipping, which is when you go buy stuff cheap in one system and sell it for a profit in another system, which I may try once I get my hauler, which is gonna happen today for sure. Let's make all the glass and make all the living glass and put it in my high capacity, which doesn't actually give it any more of a bonus for storage on me, but it does get it out of the way. Okay, last one here, and then we'll be done on the ground, and we'll go up to the freighter. And I'm excited to show you the improvements. I'm not done, but I have been moving in. I've been working with it for sure. Is there a list of the modules and their benefits? The stats are somewhat random, and there's no way to know it before you install them. Someone may have a list somewhere, I'm sure. I don't have that particular list, and I have been hoarding all the different lists. My main source to find them has been on Reddit. Occasionally people post some really useful charts, and I've been putting those up occasionally here as we go along. Yeah, I've been a little confounded by all the upgrades and stuff, and it's kind of high pressure because of the proximity bonus. You got to place them right the first time, so I've just kind of relaxed in the knowledge that I'm not going to get it right every time the first time, and I'm just going to have some losses. Unfortunately, once you install the upgrades, you can't move them. You can disassemble them for some profit, but it's you pretty much lose them. So you have to get them again somewhere, which means earning more nanites. I have been refining some runaway mold for nanites. That's been working. It's better than refining platinum, which is worth too much to do that with. .48 S-Class. What you looking for? I got one, but it looked like it has blue box on the side. It's ugly. What can I say? Yeah, I showed one with blue boxes in the beginning. That's actually what I have up as my thumbnail for the episode. I figured it wouldn't be a spoiler because it's not the one I'm going to get. I explored catalog for high economy GEX systems, rich GEX systems so far, and I found at least one model that I know I'd be happy with. So hopefully we'll get that one today, but maybe we'll map out one more rich GEX system just to see if we get lucky. Probably not the most exciting thing to do, but it is what it takes. Okay. Alright, so there's all the living glass harvest. Let's go up to the freighter now. See where I put my ship when I teleported in. Always puts your ship in a weird place. You want one of each shape, and you still got a fighter. Or you still got to get a fighter. Yeah, right now I want one each of the fighter, hauler, explorer, shuttle. I've got a nice exotic already, which I mainly just use for storage, to tell you the truth. The shuttle, I want to get a nice shuttle too, because I've been putting my as you can see, I've been putting my support fleet together here. Right now I just have 10, which I actually need to go to each of them and do the harvest, but yeah, last stream I only had 2 of these guys, support frigates, freighters, whatever you call them. Now I've got 10 of them, and I've been setting them off on missions, leveling them up. Anyway, if you don't stack them right, oops, whoa, don't do that. If I don't stack them right, they need repairs, and that's kind of a pain in the butt. You always have to have the right materials on you. So I want to use a shuttle as my dedicated repair ship, and let's just maybe land on this one and get some materials. Won't do that all today, but I do need to do the grind of landing on each one of them like this and getting the stuff. Oh, this one gives you a scan. That's right. Last time I scanned, it showed me where some treasure would be, which I didn't go get yet, actually. Yeah, so this is the Explorer model. I'm slowly learning all the models that come in. So there's the Explorer, and then let's see, let me find another one. This one here is called a support ship, so is that one. And then these ones are the traders. They always seem to look the same. I've only seen those so far, the traders, the support ships, and the Explorer. I'm hoping there's more models of these as you go along. Yeah, so for shuttle's a good beginner ship because they're cheap. Like I said, I've got a dedicated use I want to have for it, just to keep the things on that you most need to most commonly repair all those guys I was just on. Right now, none of them might actually need repairing. Okay, so here we are on my capital ship, the Dread Kong, we named it. This system doesn't have very good ships, so we're not going to worry about that. Over here, I do have my exotic that pokes through the ceiling. I like it. I'm not on a big hunt for exotics. I'm not worried about the squid ship or whatever. I got this one. I'm happy with it. And then here is my original fighter still. This is it's a dead giveaway that I pre-ordered it before it came out, which I'm not wholly against in circumstances, especially if you get a little bonus. I got an extra slot out of it and a better looking ship than your usual one. I'm holding on to that one until I get the 5 ships, and I'll trade it in when I need a 6th. But for now, I'm keeping it for nostalgia, since it did start the game. I did start the game with it. How do you go to this camera view? It's in, I don't even know, it must work in here, but you go to your X menu and it's that little camera there. And then you're basically could fly around. You're not actually flying around. And if I was in third person, you'd see my character still there. So you can't do anything in this mode except take pictures. The hangar is not the best place to do it. You can change where the sun is too, just by looking up and pressing F. If we were outside, you'd see the sun moving. And there's a bunch of different options that I haven't even used, filters and fog and all kinds of things. But it's really cool. I like it a lot. You can change the time of day, which is I really appreciate, so you don't have to wait around for the time of day to take just the right shot. You see, yeah, X. Scrolled options yesterday and didn't see it. Yeah, there you go. All right. So up here, for some reason, that has been taking a while to load in. It always looks like it's dead end, but here is my command deck. And I went ahead and just put a little terminal up here so I can sell things from the ship. It kind of embeds on the wall there. I don't know how to get around that, but I went ahead and put all the max number of these fleet command stations here. So I've got 5 of them. Right now, I've been only using 2. It tends to put those in there. Those guys are both done. So I could debrief them right now and see what we get back. Let's see if we have room on our freighter. We probably do. Let's go ahead and debrief these guys. Get our haul back in. So we're going to debrief that commander. This was just a small mission. There was nothing really good. And also coming up in the patch apparently is higher level missions are going to show up now. So they did a bunch of stuff. I definitely encourage you all to read these because they can be really funny. Some of them, you know, like boarding crew dispatched to get slave freighter, captains freed and given command of the ship. Previous crew vented into space. Enforced no-fly zone in the Ernlu X system, rewarded by local Vikings. So this was actually a combat mission. I sent them on this to help level their combat up more, which is actually getting pretty good now on my best ships. Anyway, we're not going to read all these right now, but yeah, like I said, some of them can be pretty amusing. So let's go ahead and end that one. We got 109,000 units, and we got some more materials. You can see on the freighter the kind of materials you get from this. You get a lot of these more exotic things, the Herox and the Grantine and the Lemium and the Dirty Bronze and all this stuff. These are ingredients for higher priced crafted things. If you have the blueprints, I need to go to more manufacturing facilities and get all those blueprints. And you get some of these like trade items as well. And then you also get, I find, enough of these activated materials to keep me with enough chromatic metal that I don't need to mine for it at all anymore. So I really appreciate that. Oh, you were looking in settings. Yeah, no, it's just right there in your X menu. A bunch of cool stuff in there. It's supposed to be fixing the cloud clipping too. Oh, that's great. That's great, because yeah, you can see how the clouds clip through here. Let's debrief this other one. See what we get. So I've been sending out 5 at a time because that way they never get, if I get the rating of the fleet right, they never get damaged and I don't have to deal with that. But let me see. So we got some units and some aronium. That refines to silver, which is really great for building out your base. I'm going to show you in a minute how I've built out my base. Units, Magno Gold, end. Cool. So we got some more stuff. We got some more units. It's not a huge amount of units, but it does add up. We can go ahead and send them off again. So this guy manages your fleets. Actually, before I do that, let's decline. Let's just look at my fleet so far. So like I said, I've only got 10 so far. The neat thing about these guys is that they level up as you go along. So there's nothing wrong with buying a C class, and they'll eventually all become S classes if you can keep them around and not get them destroyed. But you can see that a lot of my stats are leveling up, and these do increase as you go along. So like this, my first one's actually getting pretty good, and this one was like just a C class, I think, when I started. So yeah, that's those guys. And so let's go send these guys out real quick. Herox refines the silver also. Fantastic. Yeah, I've invested a lot of silver here, which I'm about to show you, and I need a ton more. All right, but let's send these guys out. Let's see what we got. We've got 3 missions available, so let's take the two-star ones because we'll get more out of them. Yeah, it's not really showing enough good missions, but that's supposed to get fixed. So we can definitely pull off an industrial and a trade one. So let's do the industrial one first. Assign the ships. So these are the industrial stats. So we want to send the best ones off, but I also want to save my trade guys for the trade mission. So let's put that guy on it, and we'll put my next best industrial, even though he's a trade. So we'll do that, and then I like to fill it out with support guys if I can. So that one's got an 8. Let's see what we end up with the rating. That one's got an 8, and just 7s left. So let's send off that 7. And so we've got a 4-star rating. It's a 2-star mission, so we're fine. We'll send those guys off, and then let's just fill out the rest of the guys for that other trade mission. That one. So do that, and we've got a 3-star fleet for a 2-star mission, so they shouldn't get damaged. We'll send them off. Lemium makes gold. It's weird that the gold one turns silver and the silver one turns gold. It is. But yeah, almost all those fancy materials you get from those missions refined to something. Okay, so we'll go upstairs in a second. Back here, what I've done is I went ahead and just emptied this out. If you remember the usual layout, usually this goes back one further. There's a little corridor that wraps around, and then you go through these little corridors to get into the back original cargo area. I've widened it out one on both sides, and I'm starting to make a whole little refiner system going on in here. It's just beginning, but eventually this will be many rows of refiners. When I come down here, get my refining done. And one trick that you all should know is, let's see, do I have any in here? Yeah. Refining back and forth between dihydrogen jelly and dihydrogen actually means you never have to harvest dihydrogen again. So if I take that, put it in my exosuit. So check it out. We've got 5 dihydrogen jelly here, and we're going to go ahead and process them. It's going to turn into, in not too long, into 250 dihydrogen. Okay, so let's put that in my exosuit. Now back here, let's put the dihydrogen back, and check that out. The dihydrogen, 250 dihydrogen, will actually give you 8 dihydrogen jelly. So you get a profit each time you do this of 3 dihydrogen jelly. So you get basically 150 dihydrogen each time you do this. So it's pretty cool. In doing that, you basically, like I said, you never need to harvest the dihydrogen crystals again if you're willing to do this. So that's pretty helpful. I just want to get this other dihydrogen off of me now. See if I've got an empty slot somewhere. It takes a long time. The downside is, I don't know if you saw, but this takes a long time. It says it takes an hour. It doesn't, I don't know if it doesn't take quite that long, but you do have to just set it and forget it, which is fine. You just make a whole bunch of these guys and just go ahead and put it in there. Let's just go ahead and put that in there. I'm not worried about processing it right now. Just want to get it out of my inventory. Yeah, so I just did a little bit back here, opened it up a little bit, took out those unnecessary passages, and just gave myself a little bit more space in the original cargo hold, and then starting the whole refining thing. And then if we go upstairs, it does not cost carbon if you're using either the large or the medium refiner. Both of those in a base, and they can only be put in bases, are, I guess, ostensibly using the energy from your base to power themselves. Whatever is powering this ship is the power is being drawn. You basically plug them in. So yeah, that doesn't use any carbon at all. And there is a way to make free carbon too using the oxygen condenser, but that's downstairs. So then up here, I've started my massive farm. These things are weird. There isn't a very large loading distance on a freighter for some reason. So you can walk around and just get things to load in as you go along. And then you come back and these have to load in again. So there's lots of that little poppy, that little rubber toy sound from these guys, and lots of loading in. But you can see what I've got going on here. Basically, I've got it set up that, let me see, each of these rows will make 4 circuit boards. And apparently I'm exhausted. And I've got 6 of them. So I can make 4 times 6, 24 circuit boards out of this each harvest. Now, these only take an hour to grow. These and I think these take 16 hours to grow. So it's only every 16 hours, but you know, it's cool. Once a day I come on and harvest them. I want to expand this. These guys, the star brambles, only take 3 hours, and these take an hour. So if I was willing to harvest those quicker ones twice a day, I could actually double the capacity of this by just putting 2 more rows of the hydro trays and just growing the slower growing crops, and just making sure that I harvest the faster growing ones twice in that 3-hour period, save the materials, and then every 16 hours I can get these slow growing crops to turn them all into the circuit boards. Toves, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, so this is the freighter. I've been building it out. So this whole room up here didn't exist before, and I'm trying to just build it out to the maximum size that you can get it to. So I've got it in the width. I think we counted 21 last time. So to do this, I just built stairs going up and then started hollowing this out. And apparently you can make 6 levels on this. So I put the farm on the level above everything rather than putting it downstairs here, because I was told that the exotic ship down there pokes through and actually could interfere with placement in points. So we didn't want to do that. So we went up a level for the farm. So I'm still working myself back here. You love the last arc fit. Oh, cool, Hurricane. That's great. So yeah, each of the levels up you could make. So apparently it's like 21 by 21. I didn't actually count it this way, but I did carve back here to see how far I could get. And so this is how far you can go this way. Now I just need to carve it out, all this section. It takes a ton of silver, and I think each one of these spaces, you're basically building with negative space in this. Each one of these empty areas is called a large freighter room, and it takes like 200 silver and 25 tritium each of these, and I don't think I have any more of that on me at this point. Yeah, I need to go get more silver or refine some of those other exotic materials into silver, but that would get me one more open slot. So that's how big you get for those materials. So you can see this is quite a bit of silver, and I've got it carved out all the way to there. You can see that's the line I'm working on, so I gotta finish that one and then come back again. Keep harvesting that out. I've just got stairs in 2 places here to come down to the refiners just a little bit more quickly. And then this, I've reserved this space for the next level up. You can see once you put the stairs, you don't get anywhere. To have another level up here, I gotta build it out just like I was showing you down there. But my goal right now is just to get this one completely open, just to see how much space I have. And apparently, according to the chat, that this cloud clipping is gonna end. So yeah, that's what I've done to the freighter so far. So let's get our harvest done here. You can see I've got this one next to the wall, which makes it a little awkward. The echinocactus is the only one that I find I'm not able to reliably reach across, but you can see I could sneak past there So let's go ahead, do this harvest. Oh, and if you grab it wrong, you go into the hydro tray, which actually, let's do that again. You can see in here, there would be an energy requirement for this. It takes carbon or condensed carbon, but just because it's on the freighter, it doesn't need that. It's also plugged in to the freighter somehow. So you don't actually have to use energy on these when you're on the freighter. And these guys, to grab the ones in the back row, if you go head on, it's harder to grab the little prompt, but if you go at just a slight angle like this, it works better. And I still do that sometimes. You got to make sure you actually see the prompt before you press E, otherwise you go into the hydro tray. These hydro trays took quite a bit of materials to build, but I did that investment, and you know, once you get to this point, you can actually just start buying materials. So I've actually been mapping out systems where I could just buy the things, because you make enough money that it actually just saves a lot of time just to buy materials rather than mine them, which kind of messes with my work ethic. Up until this point, I've been mining all of the materials, but now I'm starting to be a guy who buys them. Clearing out the freighter is so expensive. Yeah, it is. At least in terms of silver. One thing that got me a boost, though, is before I went and upgraded my free freighter to this one, I had a, what was it, like an 18 slot freighter originally that I got through the mission for free in the beginning. That one, the stuff that's already on it, the existing cargo bay, a lot of the decorative stuff along the corridors, all of the corridors except just the one single corridor that goes from the landing bay to the command deck, you can disassemble. And if you disassemble them, you get the silver from them. So you can actually get a ton of silver off of your first free ship and then use it on the one that you're going to keep. And I did that. So I had all the silver stored in my storage containers and on my extra ships. They were just like full of silver from that. Yeah, tens of thousands of silver per floor. I don't know. Do multiply 21 by 21 and then multiply that by 200, and that's the amount of silver it's going to take. I don't have the calculator. Well, let me see, where's my calculator? Might as well figure that out. So 21 times 21 times 200, 88,200 silver is what it will take. Oh, actually, I should craft before I start harvesting this next row. So this, from each of these rows, I make 4 polyfiber, 4 heat capacitors, and that gets me 4 circuit boards. And this stack is worth 3,600,000 something. So if I do that, boom. Each one of these circuit boards is worth 916,000 units. Whereas let me see, the living glass, each of these is worth 566. So the circuit boards are almost worth twice as much as the living glass. The advantage of the living glass is you can harvest this every 4 hours, whereas the circuit boards, you can only harvest every 16 hours. But, you know, if you just make a big enough of a farm like this and you just harvest once a day, when you come on, then that kind of works out. Yep, 88,200. And that's just one extra floor. But then you fill that full of this, and you can just buy the silver at that point. A lot of the silver I've actually just bought. Because, you know, you make a ton of money if you use it this way. And you can just buy all the materials to set these farms up too. Once you get one row, I think what I did is I set one row up so I could start harvesting that. And then I used the first set of profits from that to buy some of the materials for the next, and then kind of just leapfrogged it like that. Because at that point, yeah, mining 88,000 silver does not excite me. Even though I have some planets where I can mine it directly. Yeah, you get 6 floors on the freighter. So I don't know if I'll do all 6 floors. I don't know if that's necessary. I might just make smaller floors. I'll probably carve out all 6 just on a small level in order to just have that space. What I wish is you could put like viewing ports or windows in there, because I get a little claustrophobic in here. It's a low ceilings, no windows. One of the things I was thinking about doing is seeing, as far as the decorations and stuff, like at least putting some screens on the wall so that I can have those as sort of a window. The Echinocactus are the ones I have a really hard time reaching across to grab, but that's no biggie. It's coming around like this. Alright, so we just got 4 more circuit boards. We're 1/3 of the way through this harvest before we can go sell all this stuff and go get that hauler. Oop. Meant to do that. And that. And that. So let's put that on there. Boop. And then, yeah, we still got some of those on the ship as well. So I guess it doesn't matter where I start. I usually start in the middle of each pair. Let me grab these Echinocactus here. Well, if you put a storage safe on the outside wall, it'll let you see through the space. Yeah, we could use that as a very dangerous window. Yeah, I hadn't thought of doing that on purpose. So should I build my first farm on a base? And then wait till I get a better freighter to build? That's what I did. Or else you'll have to disassemble it if you're smart on your first freighter, because pretty sure that if I buy another freighter, another capital ship, I will lose all of this. So it's one of the reasons why I wanted to make a freighter the first goal, so I had one that was good enough that I felt okay building it out like this, knowing that, you know, I wouldn't be upgrading anytime soon. Now, it is a big question, if I did somehow come across an S-Class one, would I be willing to lose all this? Every time I engage in one of those freighter battles, that's the thing, is like, oh, please don't let it be an S-Class. You know, once I harvest enough of this, I've probably, you know, my bank balance is, you know, up in the billions, then I guess it wouldn't matter. Clocking out of work, very informative. We'll pop back in. I guess when you're done with your commute or whatever, eating food. Cool, Rex. See you later. Wish the storage containers either more slots or larger slots. Yeah, I get it though. I get it why they limit storage in this game. It's just, it's the bottleneck, and it is the incentive for doing a lot of stuff, right? It's, if you weren't so slot limited, then, you know, you wouldn't necessarily go off to get all 6 starships, because, you know, to be honest, most of those are just going to end up being storage sheds. All right, Toves. Thanks for popping in, saying hey. All right. And Toves also is another tuber you should check out. He's a beginning tuber, so he's just getting going, but he's been doing a bunch of stuff in No Man's Sky as well as in Ark, and he is a very, very skilled builder, and he's one of those guys who likes figuring out what the limits of the building system is, and then really taking it to the max. Very nice sense of aesthetics. So definitely recommend you all check out Toves and some of the things he's exploring about building in No Man's Sky, which is really one of my big goals too. This is just me kind of getting myself situated, and then after I've gotten the things that I could get, then I will I'll be searching for another luscious planet to build just a really cool base on. Storage is frustrating at times, and yes, I have 2 48-slot haulers acting as storage sheds. Man, you need the fast action mod. Is that the one that you don't get to circle? Yeah, for that, if I could like toggle when it works and when it doesn't, sometimes it's nice to have that thing that keeps you from making a mistake. Oops, I did too much. Without making stuff. Here, let's get rid of that somewhere. Let's put that on the freighter for now. Boom. And then let's go ahead and craft. Oop, wrong thing. I gotta remember to craft at the end of each one of these lines, otherwise I end up with no free slot to do it in. Alright, we're getting there. We're getting there. I have used refiners as storage. I was watching one of Zisto's streams, which he's been playing a lot of this, and I mentioned that in chat, and he's like, that's getting pretty low. Getting pretty desperate. Like, I guess so. Let's see, make those, and then we can make that. Send it over there, and we're almost there. I think we got 2 more lines to go, and then we go see how rich we are. Yeah, you can put anything in those slots too, in the refiners. So you make a bunch of large refiners and you get 3 storage slots each. It doesn't matter if it actually doesn't become something. Yeah, I'm not maxed out on my slots yet. Almost. This one, I've got 2 more columns. Well, 1 more column, 2 more, and then 1 more column. And then the cargo, I'm almost there. I've got 2 slots left in that, which this is awesome. This is great to have. But I still can expand this. I've just been focusing on this one first because I get more. So I got a little bit more storage on myself coming, which is huge, really, how much you can carry on yourself. You can carry more than you can on any of your giant vehicles. I can carry more on me than the freighter can. It's a little silly, but whatever. It's handy. Oh, and if you find something first and leave it, you got 4. Yep. But yeah, it makes me be careful about hoarding and getting materials more as I need them than just saving them up. I try to have like a stack or 2 of everything, but it's hard to go past that because then it just takes up too many slots. Which does make it hard to plan ahead for some things. Fast action mod. Yeah, so far I've just been playing with no mods because I want to play the same game that everybody else is playing. Eventually, once we've all gotten to sort of like quote-unquote end game, or I might consider some mods, but yeah, like I said, I want to play the same game everybody else is playing right now, even if it is a bit of a pain. Alright, last one. And then we move on. But yeah, at least you guys get to see what this takes. This is the downside of farming, right? You get a bunch of money. You can just harvest every time you come on, but you got to spend a certain amount of time mindlessly like this. For me, I don't mind too much because, you know, what I'll do is I'll put a stream on or a video or something of somebody I want to catch up on anyway, and then I'll just have that going in my second monitor while I do this. You got to the edge of the galaxy? Without spoiling it, is there anything cool out there? Is it worth it? You got all but 1 cargo slot open at this point. Wow. Difficulty thing though is then accessing all those materials too. Can't build with them if they're in a refiner. K Johnston YT, hello. Welcome to the stream. We're getting rich here. Showed folks how I've built out my freighter so far. I really like these animation on these planter trays, by the way. Just that little bit of steam coming down the middle. It's just so cool. It definitely does give it that sense of like the fluorescent lights or whatever. Hopefully they're using LEDs in this. The whole thing is just very well done. I like how they put the little sand in it. It's not perfectly even. It's got a little slope to it. Oop. I really like how you don't have to use carbon on them on the freighter. So I wouldn't use these planters in a land base, but they work great here on the freighter. Alright, so that was it. That was the harvest. Let's go ahead, make the last of these, and the last of that. Send it to my exosuit. So over here now, this is all the stuff we've got for sale at this point, plus what's on my Starship. So let's go figure out a way to store a bunch of building supplies for future use. Built a crazy big base using tons of materials, then deleted it. Now stored in previous base module. My piggy bank. Oh really? I haven't figured out that mechanic yet of how to delete a base and store it. Maybe you ought to tell us how to do that. What I did see as a cool storage thing is what Zisto was doing was he had a base, quote unquote base, that was basically just a storage yard where he just built a ton of a bunch of the modules and biodomes and corridors and everything, and he just placed them all willy-nilly in order to just use them as storage. So you can just use a base itself as storage. So remove the base computer. When I've done that, it just seems like it's deleted everything for good. Where does the stuff actually go? How do I access it again? Chi-Town is my assistant interior designer. If you didn't know, we both designed Mighty's base and freighter design. Did you really? He gave ideas in chat and I fulfilled them. Okay. Alright, so let's head off. You know, I really need to spend some more time going around finding the very best place to sell things, but I'll just go to the best one so far. It's like a -7%, but we could go around a bunch of different places right now looking for slightly better selling price, but I don't think it's worth our time right now. Petrichor, you ever going back to Minecraft? Unlikely. I no diss on Minecraft. I think it's an awesome game, but I think I put my time in it already, and I can't do one more strip mine. Can't do it. I just can't do the cubes anymore either. But I loved it. I think it's still one of the best sandbox games out there, as far as potential of it and everything. But yeah, I'm looking for people to do better sandboxes with pretty graphics, but that give you as much of the options as Minecraft does. I love that this has the terraforming to some extent. There's some things that need to get fixed about that, but it does. Let's see. Let's go ahead now from the Starship. Let's put all this stuff into my inventory as well. It's all got to be on me so we can sell it all in one go. So we try to sell it in 2 batches. The selling price will be much worse the second time. So I think that's all of it. Okay, let's go ahead to Ulganger Ufus, which is the where I found the best price so far. Oganger Ufus. Since you've already deleted the base, just place the item cache on your existing base. Oh, we'll have to try that. I am new to your channel. Can you fill me in on how you farm money? I'm still looking for a good strategy. You just missed it. I just did a big old harvest from my farms. Both the biodomes on the planet and the hydro planters on the freighter. And I was doing living glass. Let's see, my exosuit. One I was doing living glass, and one I was doing circuit boards. These take a lot longer. These take 4 hours. These take 16 hours. But if you come on once a day, so just got to go through the farming quest. You know, make a little one of those room modules. Put your overseer in it, and he'll eventually lead you through a bunch of missions that lead you to making the agricultural station, and then he'll lead you through a bunch of missions that unlock all the plants. Yeah, the terraforming is great till the game fills it back in on you, right? Supposedly there's another fix for that in this upcoming patch, so I've got my fingers and toes crossed for that. I've been just putting my buildings up above the ground level, because you can see, I don't know if you noticed in my base, but there's areas that have definitely been filled back in. Looking at the dirt in your base, I built an underground base and completely filled back up. Yep. But yeah, you were mentioning the fix in the patch too. Yeah. So yeah, when we get back to the base, we got to put down that I forget what that thing is called. It wasn't called item cache, but the other base salvage module or something like that. Let's see if we have that. Number 1, farm materials for circuit boards. My assistant is gone. Help me out. You know, if you can pick up the terminal and put it back down again, and the assistant will come back. You can pick up the terminals and replace them as many times as you want. We should do Monkey's interior. I'll do my own interior. Thank you very much. All right, so let's see what we got here. So we're going to sell items for our inventory. Let's come down. So we have 87 circuit boards. They're selling for almost a negative 10%, so it's gonna be 10% less than the full sale value. But what the heck? We're gonna make right now. We're gonna make. I thought they were gonna put commas in this. We're gonna make 78 million off the circuit boards. So let's do that and watch our units go up. Okay, we're up to 192 million now. And then let's go down to our living glass, which is a slightly better price. It's only negative 7.6%. And we're going to make 41 million, I think, off of this. So let's go ahead and sell that. So now we're going to be up to 233,555,036 units. So we can definitely go get that. We can definitely go get that that S-Class hauler now. Those only cost 126 million. So we're good. Built an underground vault and logged in one day to find it inaccessible. Yeah, so you know, I've undone that backfilling by replacing the parts one by one. You can do that, but I've just stopped messing with it now until it's fixed, because it's just wasting my time trying to fix it. Got a great idea for Monkey's base. You could do like a second floor, but it overlooks the first floor and have his bedroom there, so it'd be so cool. Yep, that sounds really neat. Oh, you know, I should have got in and got out of my ship just to save right there after selling all that. But let's just go ahead. Trust the game. No, I'm going to save. I don't want to have to redo that. Let's go back in here. Do a quick save, and then let's go to one more GEX system, scope out the haulers, and then if I don't find what I want there, I've already got one mapped out that has a model that I'd be totally happy with. Okay, so we got our save. Let's head on out. Yeah, let's see what this patch does as far as fixing the filling back in. They said they're working at it. The language sounds like it's a pretty good improvement, but that it won't necessarily work all the time, but it should work more of the time. All right, so we're there. Let's go there, and let's just look around. We're going to look for a GEX system. Wait, let's go back to where I was. There, a GEX system that is rich, or any of the various synonyms for rich. So let's sort by filter by life form. And so the GEX are going to be yellow. That one's just sustainable. That one's just balanced. That one's just adequate. That one's struggling. So there's only 3 kinds of economy as far as I understand, but there's a lot of words to describe each. Comfortable. Let me see, I'm actually going to have to look that up. I've got a chart up here. Doop, 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 doop. Let's look at that. Comfortable is still just medium. So there's low, medium, and high wealth. Comfortable sounds like it would be rich, but it's not. So it's still a medium economy. Where's all my yellow systems? They're not actual yellow systems. It's this color-coded yellow. Okay, so here we go. We got GEX, and it's affluent. Conflict level is gentle. As far as I can tell, conflict level doesn't affect anything. I don't know, except maybe getting more fights. I'm not sure, but I'm cool with it being gentle. What happens in with the economies, the reason we care about that is because you have basically in a low wealth system, you have 0% chance of finding an S-class. As far as I understand it, in the medium wealth, you have a 1% chance of finding an S-class, and then in the high wealth systems, you have a 2% chance of finding an S-class. And we're going to GEC because GEX will have more haulers than anybody. I passed an opulent. Yeah, opulent's the same as affluent. It doesn't make a difference. For high wealth, advanced, affluent, booming, flourishing, high supply, opulent, prosperous, and wealthy are all the same, as far as I can tell. Opulent, aggressive, or rowdy, you can get resurgent class freighter. Resurgent class? What's that? Huh. Well, we're here. Let's go see what we can find. So when you get to the system, you want to do is go into your X menu, go over here to the cog, and do the scan for trade outpost. And so we got one over here. Resurgent's the biggest? Okay. Oh, come on. I don't care about the big ship. Okay, this is a flourishing planet. The Star Wars looking freighter. Oh, you're talking about freighter. Okay. Yeah, we have our freighter for now. We're just going for the haulers. Do you think that the conflict level affects the types of haulers you find? I'm not aware that there's a correlation for that. Got yours, large sentinel. Alright, so it looks like it's nighttime. Of course it'll be nighttime, so I don't want to park in the trading post. I don't want to use up that parking slot. See if it'll let me land here. No, it's going to pull me all the way back up there. I just realized recently that it actually doesn't use fuel when you take off from the landing pads. Just a great bit of information. All right, let's see if we can land over here. You have to get a certain distance away or it'll just let you land on the ground and not pull you back to the trading post. Alright, so we got a save there. Black with red accents. You don't think it does, Desert Fox? I don't think so either. So we're gonna map out this one, and then if we don't find one we like here, we're gonna go back to the system I know has one I like. It's the one that's got 2 pairs of the air conditioner wings. It's my second favorite model, but it's good enough, and it looks very massive. So this part's a little difficult. I got to get my notepad set up where I can write on it and find what I did with a decent pen. There's no good way to do this. I wonder, do I need that side of my keyboard? Got to set up where I can take notes well. Let's see if I can get that. I've got a split keyboard, so see if I can put my notes. I went out and invested in a notebook just for No Man's Sky. Okay, so what I've done, what system are we in? I gotta go back here and look at my discoveries. We are in Otordi IMI, right? And so it's a GEC. What is it? It's a GEC affluent gentle. So I start a column in my notebook with the name of each system. And then down the column, I've got 7 spaces for haulers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 spaces for shuttles. 3 spaces for explorers. And 3 spaces for fighters. So, okay, so I've got that set up. And then this is the old-fashioned way. I've got to go ahead now and just look at each of these things. So, and write their names down. So that's the shuttle. It's the Fujisa, and the Fujisa is small, at least so far. I found that shuttles can actually change size. And like I said, we got a fighter there. Let me pull up my notes for sizes of things. It's gone. I didn't catch it fast enough. Alright, so another shuttle. This is the Hawk of the Viking. And it is actually, this is max size. So that comes in large. It's not an S-Class. I wonder if I've even seen a shuttle in S-Class yet. But this is you find this one in large all the time. The 2 cylinders is one of the tells for a large shuttle. But I don't like it. It's just ugly. So once we write down the names of all these, they will just reoccur. And so then you've found everything in the system. So this Explorer is the Kekimin, and that is Explorer. That is that's a small one. So I just write whether it's medium, large, or small. Okay, there is a hauler. That model's never going to be the full size, so that one is a small. That's our first hauler. That's the Vision of Destruction. Okay, and that's a small size. Once we find 7 haulers, I missed that one. That's a cool looking shuttle. I wouldn't mind getting that shuttle. Okay, here's another hauler. This is not going to be large size either. So that is the ultimate Falcon. And it is a 33, which is a medium. No, for a hauler. No, that's medium. Yeah, it's a medium hauler. Let's see. I need an NMS notebook. It's leather bound that fits in the satchel. Yeah, I've printed off so many charts for this game. I have a notebook too. No, I do not feel as nerdy. This is total nerddom. fill in notebooks full of notes from games. But it's the way to do this. It's the way to do this. Okay, so we've already recorded Vision of the Destruction. Alright, so that's Serene Forge, and it's 15. So that's the fighter. Serene Forge. And for a fighter, that's small. Okay, so we got one small fighter. Someone said what the other fighter was. The fighter was medium, but I need its name. I need its name. Okay, did we get this one yet? No, we didn't. Okay, so there's another hauler. That is Niwani's Defeat. And anybody see the size on that? It'll be back if we missed it, but I already know it's not going to be large. But I'm just writing the names down so I know when I found all the haulers. Okay, what do we got there? We got the Ultimate Falcon. We've already written that one down. That one is a medium. Okay, it was a 30, thank you. So 30 for a hauler is small. So Niwani's Defeat was small. Thank you very much for that. Alright, what do we got here? I am looking for an Explorer 2, but I want it to be a cool looking one, not the 2-cylinder. So this is the, or excuse me, this is a shuttle, but I could have said the same for Explorer. Wasaki's, and this is a small one. For the shuttles, it's easy. There's only 2 sizes, and 24 is the first size for the big ones. All right, here's another hauler. It's not looking good so far here. This is the Tachitan, and this is a 26, which is small for a hauler. All right, we found 4 haulers so far. Not looking good. Vision of Destruction we have already. Crackers, what's up? How are you? Oh, okay, thank you. So the other fighter was the Infinite Awasagat. And that was a 19, which makes that a small fighter. So we've got one more chance for a good fighter here. We've got 3 more chances for a good hauler. We've already found the Niwani's Defeat. Those are small. Yeah, we're just waiting for all the different types of models to land. So you still can't get around this part, per se. You can reload, which makes it a little faster for them all to show up. But really not that much faster. As long as it's a busy port, they tend to keep coming. Sometimes you do a reload just to refresh the order that they come in. We've got that one already. Oh, I don't know if we've got... Did we get that fighter? No, we haven't yet. So that's the 3rd fighter, and it's small. So no good fighters here. That's the Relentless... The Relentless Kanom. And it's small. My notebook's filling up. Watching on your TV. Awesome. Alright, let's go see who that is. Who this is. We've got that one. I should just get up on top. We've got that one. It's nice mild weather here. Decent planet if you like teal. Let's get up to this little spot right here where we can see everybody. Yeah, we got that one. We don't need to look at fighters anymore. So, yeah, now we're just looking at the other ones. We've got 4 more chances for a good shuttle, 2 more chances for a good explorer, and 3 more chances for a good hauler. So this may take a minute. I can read chat more easily while I do this, though, because things don't happen too fast. Okay, so there's a different shuttle. That one is the Aichi. They seem to all have sort of Japanese-ish names. Explorer. And that is... It's called an Explorer, but it's a shuttle. And that's a small shuttle, because it's less than 24 slots. Alright, and we've got the Tachitan written down already. We've got the Ultimate Falcon written down already. Sometimes it takes a while for the next ones. Okay, here's a new shuttle. No, we got that. We got the Fujisa already. Like I said before, the shuttles are the only ones, sometimes I've seen them come in 2 different sizes. But they still seem restricted to certain models for the large sizes. Use your iPad for doing stuff around the house. Oh, but you're doing stuff around the house. Yeah. My son's mom and I share an iPad, and I don't get access to it too much. Let's put it that way. Oh, just a fair warning, at some point, you know, my son's going to come crashing home from school, so it may get a little noisy. He went to the gym after school today, so I got a little extra time, but I wanted to start the stream earlier than usual so that some of the Europeans could have joined me. It's getting a little late for them now. Got that one. So we're still not seeing new haulers. Corvax systems, the only solar system you like to design the most. For the Explorers, this Corvax, you get 7 Explorers each. Alright, so is this a new Explorer? Nope, we've seen this one. And we've seen all the fighters. Yeah, that spread on the number of types you get is always going to be reliable so far. According to my data has confirmed it. Nah, it's not late. It's early now. Yeah, 12:30 or just 30 in the UK. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, usually I start my streams in the evening for me, which now that could be a good shuttle. Now that one's small, but that model does come. I wouldn't mind that shuttle in that color. So that one is the Keharao of death. Of death. So that's a small. I guess they only come as small and medium, but I call them small and large. Alright. Oh, that's a new hauler. And it's not a good one. Alright, so that's the Gawata. And it is small. Alright, 2 more chances for the hauler of our dreams. Oh, who's that? We got another Explorer. Alright, so that's the Swift Omen. It's got 18 slots, which makes it small. I've only found small Explorers now so far on the all the Gek planets I've been on anyway. Shadow Monkey. Hey Monkey, if I can get some time here in a bit, would you mind if I joined you to help search for the hauler? Well, I don't really need a whole lot of help here because I just got to sit here and do this. If you found one somewhere else, I feel like I need to do it myself. So thank you for the offer. But that's just one of my things, is I feel like I need to do things myself sometimes. And I already have one scoped out that is my backup if we don't find a good one here. And it's got a great name too. I have to turn the page back. Okay, so this is the Kehirao of Death again. It's still small. I don't know why I looked at that fighter. Is this another hauler? No, it's the same one. We've seen this one. Yeah, Corvax for explorers, Vikings for fighters. Absolutely. But there will be times, Shadow Monkey, the other things I'm willing to definitely get help on. But this, I think I got it down for the moment. I appreciate the offer, though. Okay, so here's another... No, we found this one before, too. The Wazakis. And that is small, still. So far, we've only seen the ugly dual cylinder as a large in the shuttles. And I think we've seen this one already. Yes, we have. We've seen all the fighters. Oh, actually, this is the one I missed before. Oh, and it comes in a large size. That's actually cool enough a design. I don't like the baby blue. I wish you could paint your ships. But so that's the Kuyamat's Gravity Inquirer. Inquiring minds want to know. And that comes in a large. Okay. So, if that shows up on a large, we might, or in a, the full size, we might grab it. I hope painting is coming. That seems reasonable enough. I mean, changing the body style or whatever might be asking too much. But just changing the size, I mean, excuse me, just changing the color seems like that should be a doable thing. Alright, we've already seen the Wazakis. One more shuttle, one more explorer, and two more haulers, which is really what we're interested in. Alright, there's the Kuyamats again, the Gravity Inquirer. So now here's a good example. Now this one's small, even though we saw it large before. So it seems like the large shuttles can shift. Oh, and this looks like the last shuttle. It's the Iowachio, and it's a small. Alright, so we've seen all the shuttles now. We've seen all the fighters now. And that's the 23 slot. And now we have seen all the explorers. So that's the Mirror of the Wind. It's an 18, which I believe makes it small. Yes, it does. Okay, so now we just we'll keep our eye on the shuttles we like, but we're just keeping our eye out for the last two haulers that we know are out there. No need to look at explorers, they're all small. No need to look at fighters, they were all small. They're a nice red, but you're small. I look at the shuttle still because they shift sizes. Okay, we've seen you before. We've seen you before. I would be okay with building my own ship, just make it expensive to do. Yeah, I'd be cool with that too. This like searching like this, I can see the reasoning that it should be hard, you know, and once you have a lot of money you could just find any ship you want. But you know, they should just make it really expensive, and then you could like just go shopping with the vendor, you know, and he'd have a list of ships and you'd go through it, or a list of customization things that cost money as well, you know. 50 million units to change your wing style, or who knows, something like that. So that's the Gravity Inquirer, and that one came in a large both times, but it's still not max size. Oh, who are you? That's a new hauler, but it's not big enough. We have one more chance for a hauler. So this is the My Bayou, something like that. And that's a 33. So that's a medium-sized hauler. We found two mediums. We got one more chance for a large here. Oh, good night, Gary. Thanks for hanging out. Good night. All big day tomorrow. Got to swap my PC bits in a new case and water cooling system. You go, man. With your water cooling. Get on with that. That's awesome. Slots depend on the class and the role of the ship. Higher the class, the higher the slot bracket, and the type of the ship all play in a role. Yeah. Although I found that models of ships are confined to certain sizes. Oh, this is our last hauler, and it's not big enough. So this place struck out for haulers. The Kisahi of the moon. And it's 29, which makes it small. Alright, so we have found all the ships here. There's a couple shuttles I could have been interested in, and I could make note of that and come back if I want them. So I might come back for that Kutamati's Gravity Inquirer shuttle, if I can find it in something other than the baby blue. Those only cost, like, the Max S-Class shuttle only costs 6.6 million. So it's not too bad. Alright, so, but to move on with the stream, let me... S-Class Mayabu. No, if it's medium, it stays medium, Desert. It doesn't change. I've collected the data to prove that, and it also doesn't have the wing types that could possibly be large size. So if it was a S-Class and it's medium, the S-Class ones would come in at 39 slots. That's the max number of slots for a medium hauler. And I've also seen that to verify that. So let me see. The hauler that I wanted, that I'd be happy to go for, has an awesome name. It's called the Mother of the Ancients. Believe it or not. And it's in a system called Dawajim. Yeah, no, I learned that the hard way the first time I did this. I saw a model fighter I wanted, and I kept waiting for it to show up in a large size, and it was just consistently medium. Nope. Gravity's Inquirer is not going to do it for me today. I love that just because it's small. It'd be cute. It's like a little Volkswagen of a shuttle. C20. Alright, let's get out of here. We don't want to hang out looking for shuttles with y'all. I can come back for that. That's the hauler you have? Awesome. The Maibu? Or however you say that. The Mai Bayou? The Mai Bau? Bayou? Something? Oh, what do we have here? What's on this planet? Sodium. Alright, so we're not collecting resources right now. So let's go to the Dawajim system, which I've already scoped out. And let's go get the Mother of the Ancients. I'm gonna have enough money that I could buy 2 S-Class haulers too. It'd be actually kind of neat to get one of each model, each body type of the haulers, and they would be worth collecting. I've seen 3 so far. So I wonder, we could possibly warp to Dawajim if I can see where it's at. Let's see, this is the leyline source. That's the portal mission, which I need to continue at some point. Oh god, I'm never gonna find Dawajim this way. Yeah, let's just let's teleport from the freighter, or from the, not the freighter. Get your terms right, Monkey Puzzle. The space station. Oh, you have the Mother of the Ancients? Awesome. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go get. Oh, I need some fuel. Oop. 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 Yeah, I'll probably change its name too, but as names go, that's a pretty cool name. That's a pretty awesome name. And I think it's the biggest hauler we could possibly get. Not for slots, but for like the actual look of the exterior. It's pretty impressive, even if it's a little blocky. So it's not the sleekest looking hauler, but it's definitely the bulkiest. I'll get some points for that. Are you just gonna fly right past that? Guess you were. Alright, let's... Boop. I found it doesn't really hurt when you hit the asteroids, but... still feel like you lose style points when you do. Looking for a fat hauler, Raleigh? You bet. I am. So we just went and did data on my 5th system that I've actually mapped out the data for them. These are all high economy, high wealth GEX systems. And so we're going to go back to one that I've already mapped out the spread of ships on. We're going to go get the Mother of the Ancients. We're still going to have to wait till we get it in the S-Class, but at least we know it's there. What's up, man? Have you been back to the game at all, O'Reilly? I haven't seen you since you did the underwater building. That was Jim. This is one we're going for. I know you've been busy on the geeks. You're the one making the mama joke, Raleigh. It is the actual name of the ship. Mother of the Ancients. Oh, they got fancy servers here all decked in gold. Maybe those are containers? I'm not sure. It's kind of like a locked up server bank. Alright, so let's head out to a trading post. We could do it in here, but ships take a lot longer to land in here. Oh, you're thinking of jumping in to chill in just a bit? Awesome. Now let's do this. Boink. In case you jump in. And also keep an eye out on who flies in here. Let me jump over to the IronMine Discord real quick, in case, for any chance, you want to jump into chat. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so let's scan for a trading post again. Go over here to the cog. You have to have the economy scanner installed for this. I think last time it was on this planet just ahead of me, but now it wants to be somewhere else. It's going to be over here. Weber. It's a Weber. These are like really ugly barbecues, although it's not spelled like that. Raleigh would know about that. And it's an icebound planet. So we'll be there in 37 seconds. Just do something over here. I gotta find a way. Who knows this actually? I saw that there was an app for it, but how to tab out of a game that's active. Even though I have this game set at borderless window, it's not acting like borderless window. It's still acting like full screen. And every time I go out of it, it pauses. How do you do that? I saw this, there's an app I could install called like actual multiple monitors that gives you a key sequence that you can press to get out and without pausing the game. Yeah, I pressed the window button. There we go. But then the game pauses, right? So I can get out. But during the stream, if I leave the game paused, then it's kind of awkward, right? You know, I'd like to keep warping or whatever it's doing while I go to the other window, other monitor. Hey, Bum Ruler. Glad to be part of your lunch. Okay, so here's our trading post. Let's find a place to park just outside of it somewhere. Let's go over here maybe. Land. Oh yeah, couldn't see the game, so we weren't sure if it's paused. Yeah, it pauses whenever I leave. It deactivates the game temporarily. So I was trying to research how to do that, because I see a lot of streamers who do stuff on other screens and their game doesn't pause. And I was just wondering how the heck you do that. So I can be a little bit more pro. No, I don't think monkey makes for good eating. I don't know, maybe some of them are tasty. But I wouldn't eat monkey. Yeah, they use Magic. Yeah, I don't have the Magic app installed. Yeah, I gotta go download that one. But yeah, there is an app for it. Actual multiple monitors. I'm a little afraid of having an app on here, though. It's just going to use a little bit of system resources. Gravity claws. So let me see. Let me look at my notes for this place as guys come in. Mother of the Ancients was the one large hauler. We won't miss that when we can. When it comes. There were 3 large shuttles that could be interesting. Let me see. See who this is. Oh, it's already gone. Let's get up top. It'll be a little cold. It's alright. 3 large shuttles, and can't read my writing too well, but there's a 2-cylinder one called a Todateya. Another 2-cylinder, but it's got a bunch of fancy stuff on it, called the Voice of Sleep. And then one that looks kind of cool, I think, called the Reckless Kochi, something like that. Maybe not. Maybe that was 2 cylinders too. Let's get up here and check them out. Okay, so that's the Todateya. Yeah, so that's a 2-cylinder style that's 1 slot away from being up. Here it is. That's the Mother of the Ancients. So that's the hauler we're gonna buy. Big old massive box of a beast. And we need to wait till we see S48 plus 8. But that's gonna be it. This comes in a nice fire engine red, which I can work with. Yeah, so that is it. In fact, let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. Take a picture of it. Let's put the sun up over there. Look at how powerful I am. I can move the sun. Snap a nice picture of it. And yeah, that's the one we're gonna get. It is, man. It's got 4 air conditioners. That's why it's so cold here. You're gonna keep an eye on the shuttles. I guess if I saw an A-class 28 plus 8 shuttle, I might do it. I really want an S-class. But I really don't like these 2-cylinder ones. Chill, bro, chill. Alright? Super chill. Frozen monkey. A frozen monkey sickle. Something like that. But yeah, it's definitely hooked up with the air conditioners. I wish you could, when you paint it, I'm going to put like a gold, high gloss gold paint on those grills, and they'll have gold grills. B24 plus 7. I don't even know why I'm looking at the other haulers. But yeah, we're hanging till that one comes in at S28 plus 8. So that will be fine enough. We're going to add it to our collection and get those 48 slots. In the meantime, we're just hanging out. Grills like Weber's? Yeah. I was actually thinking grills like what they call your teeth when you get your teeth all done in gold. Your grill. They'll have gold grills, big golden teeth. That's the one that's getting up there. 26 slots for a shuttle. Up, there's another one. A48 plus 8. So that's it in the A class. We are going to hang out for the S class. Ooh, here's another one. Ooh, 2 A48s. Man, it's trying to tempt me. It's like, don't you just want an A class? Then you'd be done. I'm like, no, we're going for S class. But that bodes well. We're going to look at it real quick. I'm not going to buy it. Look at that. Full block of slots. We're going to go for S class because we're going to get these bonuses even better. And haulers do need the bonuses because they have some nerfs. We're not going to buy it, but we're going to negotiate the price. So this one is 112 million. Pretty sure the max S class one is going to be 126 million. Let's make sure to decline this. But that's it. So close. So close. Thug life. Exactly. I was watching the little trailer for the Elgato Stream Deck. I was kind of checking those out. And one of the buttons the guy programmed on was like a little Thug Life button. He called it deal with, where those little glasses would come down over his webcam. It says, hey, MP, looky here. You know you wanna, right? 2 of them? Have some Temple of Doom chilled monkey brains. Yes, chilled monkey brains. Yum. Alright, let's get back up here. Oh, to our little spot. Nope. Our little monkey perch. A28 plus 5. And we're going to wait for that one to come down again with the S. We want the S. Yeah, the Elgato stuff does look pretty neat. I don't know if I stream enough to really justify it. I haven't even actually looked at the prices of it. But one of these times I might, if it would fit within my Patreon earnings, might turn Patreon earnings into the Elgato Stream Deck, and then I can push buttons and get real fancy. Program a bunch of stuff. Although, fancy is not really the trademark of my streams. Yeah, I got some puffs. Let's see, check out who you are. Nope. A27 plus 8. It's red at least. Why do the big shuttles got to be the ugliest? Another A27 plus 8. Saw the puff. Yeah, the little puffs appear on the landing pads before the ships actually do. 150? That's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad. That definitely helps with the second monitor thing, where you don't have to tab out because you just get these active buttons that do things. But yeah, I don't have a whole lot of bling in my stream, so I don't know if it really be the thing. But if I had like a window open in a browser, like a chart I wanted to refer to, or something like that, I could have that programmed in, and then every time I push the button, it would like either go to that chart, full screen that chart, or it would like superimpose it here or something like that. So for certain things, for me, it could be a useful thing. But yeah, I'm not going to put like memes and things like that. It's just not me. So you don't want it. But yeah, I'm enjoying the streaming a lot, I have to say. Oh, up, 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 up. Nope. But that's the body, but not the guts. I am definitely enjoying streaming a lot. I'm getting more comfortable with it, and I also just really like just playing and not editing. I'm going to still do edited episodes in different series, because I know the appeal of the edited episode. It's just you can put all the good stuff into a much smaller amount of time. You don't have to do the grind with me, the player, and so on. I get that. You know, if this was an edited episode, I'd be like, okay guys, I'm here, I'm gonna wait until I see it, and then I'd be like, okay, I've been waiting 4 hours and here it is. I finally found it. And I could tell you guys how I waited that long, and you guys wouldn't have to do it with me. So I get that. But for just powering through a game, nothing beats streaming. Like, new No Man's Sky came out. I just want to play it and see where it leads me. And I would be so much further behind. I would not be at this stage if I was editing it, because I'd have to spend 3 times longer than playing to just get it edited. Yeah, and I love doing it with you guys too. That's the big appeal, is that I actually have company while I'm doing this, and I can ask questions, you guys get information, we can have a little rapport, a little conversation. And I like that a lot. That's really cool. The shop you want is so fat, though, you're going to have the ship I want is so fat, though, you're going to have a hard time walking around on your freighter. Yeah, it's going to take up some space. For sure. It's definitely a space hog. But, you know. Oh, that's max size. It's not an S. It is max size. It is kind of ugly. You know what I did like about this one is, even though it's the 2 cylinders, also another little pro tip, if you stand on the ship, they don't fly away. It filled the cylinders in, at least, with this little thing here. And it put, so make sure we're not going to miss our other guy. And it put these little guys on. So this one's pretty cool. It doesn't really need to be S, because I'm just going to use it to repair ships. I don't know about that baby blue. It's not really the one I want, but as far as cylinders go, it's a nice cylinder. Okay, here's another one of what we're actually going for. S48 plus 8. That's it, guys. That's it. We found it. We found it. Let's get on top of it. Keep it here. And let's go inside of it. We got it. You don't think it's bad looking? No, of the 2 cylinder types, it's the best. But this is it, man. This is our mother of the ancients. We got it. That didn't take too long at all. Well, of course, you guys missed the part where I mapped out all the systems beforehand. So I did do a little editing that way. But yeah. Okay, so let's talk to this guy. Let's open the trading, open the selling it. We're going to make an offer on his ship. Bam! Look at that block of slots. And then what has it got? So it's S-Class, so these are going to be the same for every S-Class hauler, right? So I'm pretty sure. Maybe there's a dice roll on this, I'm not sure. But it's got plus 19% damage, which is useful because haulers are minus 50% damage compared to the base, which fighters have. So they can't do as much damage. So instead you get a bonus on the shields to help protect all the valuable cargo that you're carrying with this, and you're going to be going around systems selling stuff with them, so you get a hyperdrive bonus. So this has pretty decent damage potential, very good shield, hyperdrive range. Still, apparently, it's not showing very good on here, and maneuverability actually doesn't look too bad on this. So my son's coming in the door right now, so there's going to be a little banging and crashing. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to mute while I just check in with him, and I'll be right back to finish this deal. Okay, I'm back. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Curtis Hannaford, can somebody ban him, please? Thank you very much. You might have to go to live chat to see him if you're in top chat. But we got enough wrenches in there. Someone wrench him, please. My mother is only an A class, so grats on this one. Thank you, Hurricane. A class with this would be totally good too. Thank you, Raleigh. Appreciate that. I don't know what people get out of that. Anyway, here we go. We got 126 million units, which we can do. No problem. We're going to do it. We're not going to exchange. We're just going to buy it outright. So I don't want to press this because I'll lose my fighter. I am going to press this. And I don't think there's that much more we need to do, right? I think we can do this. So let's just, yeah, hopefully this works out okay. Here we go. We're going to buy it. Bam. It's ours. Mother of the Ancients, your Starship. Sweet. So we got it. It's looking a little pinkish in this light, but we know it's fire engine red. Man, let's see what it can do. Man, that thing is massive. That is a huge ship. It's got way more wing. It's got like, oh, the wings are like 4 times the body mass of the thing. So we can put some upgrades on it to make it a little faster and do more damage. Yeah, top chat filters out the obscenities, which is nice. I stay in live chat just so I can know if there is a hidden obscenity in there. And it's a good tip for my moderators to stay in live chat so you can see those. It clips through everything. Yeah, this thing is just enormous. It is a beast and a half. But we've got it. And that was the main thing I wanted to pull off today, guys, is getting this thing. This is fantastic. So, you know, actually, I lost track of where we are. I think we might have to take this one home and then call our fighter back, because I don't know if this one actually has the economy scanner yet. What does it have on it? It's got a bunch of junk that's all not arranged very well on here, but we've got the teleport receiver. This lets you move stuff from your inventory to your ship. Just 100 more units, which is not much, but around your base it could be helpful. We got a rocket launcher. We've got the efficient thrusters in here, which is good. That saves 20% of the launch cost. We've got some photons, some deflectors, hyperdrive with no fuel in it. Launch thrusters, pulse engine. It's got a cadmium drive in here. We got to get that up to the indium drive, which I can do. And then the phase beam upgrade, which I can make, so I can move that if I need to as well. And then we've got 8 technology slots. We can put some upgrades in here. But yeah, I don't have the economy scanner, so I guess we're taking this home, which is fine. It's kind of weird leaving your ship down on the ground, but feels like I'm just abandoning it. But I'm not. Let's do this as well. Boom, 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 boom. Let's take a picture. Woohoo! There is our beast. Mother of the Ancients. Let's put the sun over there. And yeah, snap a nice little picture of this. That thing is huge. Do the underside, doesn't look as good. True. And let's do it. Let's get our, need our jet trail. Doesn't show up too well against that, but anyway, that's fine. Okay, so let's get back to the space station. Can we even fit in the space station? I have no idea. But yeah, we were streaming for 2.5 hours, and a lot of that I wasn't even working on this. I don't think it took us more than an hour to get this one, you know, with the reconnaissance I'd done the day before, last night. But there's still 2 more models of haulers, so I may still keep looking for those and collect them to have all those slots. I'm still going to keep looking for a shuttle and an explorer. Now all I can see is it bouncing down the tube. It may very well. Yeah, you said it clips through everything. Let's see if it even really fits. This feels heavy. Moving in. It's so heavy. So what's the name of my hauler, guys? My mother of the ancients. Let's see if we fit. The big monkey. Oh, upside down. It fits. Just barely. But it fits. It's gonna knock every other ship out of here. Oh, got a little landing pad animation. Feet come down. It's not sitting on much. I hope those are strong enough. Yeah, we need a name. The ancient monkey? The big mama ancient monkey? I don't know. Not sure. But we've got it. I need to do some work upgrading it. Get it up to snuff, but I'm not going to do that on camera. That's going to take a little bit of fiddling. But yeah, we're pretty much there. Let's get on home. And get all our ships back. Let's go on back to Vedona. IronMine the planet. Dodge Ram 3500. Probably not. The monkey barrel, like that. It's more of a box than a barrel, though. Monkey big box. Let's call it big box. Bride of Kong. Well, we already named. Excuse me, got the hiccups. We already named the freighter Dread Kong. Oh, Raleigh has joined the game. Oh, Raleigh. So that would mean it's the bride of that. Which we could do. We could do. So let's see. Let's call the mother of the ancients. Down there. Bada boom. Big monkey box sounds good. Mother monkey puzzle, or just mother? Mother would work. The winged monkey. Cavendish Supreme. IKEA. I'm not gonna call it IKEA. Or my name for IKEA is IKEA. IKEA is IKEA. Home Depot is Home Despot. They've all got a name. I'll rejoin you in a second, trying to see if VR will work. The Mother of God. It's a cool ship. It's not that good of a ship. All right, and then let's see. So to call my fighter down, we can do this. Hopefully, we can go bump, and then we want to select other ship. We want not the Primatic Nimba. We want some banana split. Oh, Cavendish is a red banana. Offspring of your freighter's name. Is it a 48 slot? Yeah, it's S-Class 48 slot. So it's full size. Yeah, I want to name it. And I think that's going to be probably pretty much it for the stream. That was what I wanted to accomplish. I've been liking keeping the streams from getting too long. More people will watch them that way. Especially for one that has a discrete goal like this. But I'll stream again soon. I got some other things I need to do around the house today pretty soon. Unfortunately, Raleigh's about to join us. So I would love to romp around with him a bit. But yeah, I wasn't going to go much longer. I do want to name this. So Bride of Kong, Big Monkey Box, the Cavendish Supreme. I like that Desert Fox, although most folks aren't going to know what a Cavendish is. I kind of vaguely knew it was a banana. For me, Holler is the best class. If it's S48, you got the best ship. Buy him some shields and you're ready to go. Oh, try the previous base cache. Right, so that's that thing. What's it called? Good reminding. No, not there. Is that equipment? And it would be like on this one, right? It was this thing. Is this what you mean? The base salvage capsule? Let's put it down just anywhere. Is that what you meant? Oh, previous base item cache. Oh, look at that. Storage container inventory. It's got some chromatic metal and some ferrite dust in it. So I guess that's what I lost from before. Oh, whoa. That is really interesting. Okay, so I didn't know about that thing. I had put it down before and I didn't see anything happen with it, but it's got the materials from so it stores things as materials. So yeah, that was a really good idea. Was it you, Michael, who said that before of as a secret storage 48, or he built a big old base and then he deleted it and then he used this to have access to all those materials again. So that's 48 more slots that you could have available to you. That's really neat. Thank you for that. We're going to pick this up right now, but that is very good to know. So we got to do control, delete. Boop. I didn't know that worked. That did not work for me before. How did you snap your storages? It glitches in my base for some reason. I freehand placed them to begin with. I think I did all right. I managed to line them up with this, and then they just snap to each other. They wouldn't snap in certain ways. They wouldn't snap on top of each other, and they wouldn't snap if they were floating too much. But here, where it was basically pretty level, and you know what? I leveled it first with these things. It has since filled itself back in, but I used these floors or ceilings, whatever you want to call them, to level the area out, and then I took them away on these two sides, because these things only place on the ground, at least on the ground bases. They will place in your freighter, although I heard they make a hole where you can see through. So I had to make a little slot in here in this deck for it to go, and then just did a little trial and error to get it lined up, and then yeah, just snap them to each other. Gonna test it. Yours had the same things in it. Oh, if you reach the cap, the mats are lost. So if you build more stuff than the base salvage thing can hold, you lose those. So it would take a little trial and error, or a little math, to figure out exactly how much you could delete. So that's interesting. Thank you. That's a very interesting way to store some materials. They snap to some of the buildings. Oh yeah? Okay. Alright. Gotta name this. I saw Raleigh just joined the system. So he was coming back in. So far of the names, the Monkey Big Box was the one I liked the best. There's also Mother of the Ancients itself is not a bad name. I didn't really, unfortunately, care for too many other names yet. The Cube Room Snap Oh, okay. Lunch over. All right, bum. I'm glad you. I hope you had a good lunch, and I hope work's not too bad. Um, and I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon anyway. So you were there for the important part. And O'Reilly left again. Let me see. I guess we'll go for Monkey Big Box for now. Let me scroll up, make sure I didn't miss any names. Boom, boom, boom. Big Monkey Box. Yeah. Cavendish Supreme. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe Big Monkey Box. It's not the most elegant sounding name. Still open. It's like, I guess it fits the theme of non-elegant sounding names. Like Banana Split was not too elegant either. I kind of want to change Banana Split. It fits, but it doesn't sound like an awesome fighter. Alright, so let's go into here. Actually, I don't need to go into there. I don't know why I did that. Oh, because I need it to be my active one. That's right. So here we can go ahead. I can change this if one of you guys come up with a better name, either in the course of the stream now or in the comments on the video later. Big Monkey Box. Monkey Big Box? Big Monkey Box. We'll do that for now. Okay, it's the Big Monkey Box. I use the cross-shaped hulls to snap my storage containers too. Yeah, I knew I snap in the cross-shaped hulls. I think they'll also do in the T-shaped ones. I was thinking of using the T-shaped ones on my freighter when I put some on there. But this was success, y'all. We got it. We got the big mother of the haulers here, and the biggest model that there is, that I'm pretty sure. Nice colors. We got the fire engine red and that nice blue together. That works pretty well. Oh, look, we can spin it. Oh, you know what I noticed with the spinning on these things is they actually are sort of elastic. They'll, like, if you spin it, they'll spin themselves back. So you can sit here and just do that for days. But yeah, we got the max size S-class hauler in here, so that was pretty cool. And then I got to show you guys what I've been doing to make the money to do this, what I have done with the freighter that we got in the last game. So yeah, putting the crops on there, making the circuit boards, and that has been a big source of the money, combined with all the living glass. So I'm going to keep expanding the farm on the freighter as I feel like it, and then we'll get more and more money. There's going to be a limit to how much money we need, though, at a certain point. Right now, after that transaction, we're down to 107 million. You know, maybe I can buy 2 more haulers, which would be about 250 million, 252 million, plus or minus. So that, and then a couple more other ships, an Explorer and a shuttle, which are not that expensive at all. The max shuttle, you see, the max shuttle is just 6.6 million, and the max Explorer is 39 million. And after that, mainly just using money to buy materials. So I guess keeping the flow back coming in, I guess, does make sense if I want to just be able to buy materials instead of mine them. So I guess that's the reason for infinite money, is infinite materials. There you go. Next stream, I'm going to follow through, I think I'm going to follow through with this mission, where we're going to basically follow the thing that's going to lead us to a portal. And we'll do that together next time. I'm saving that one for you guys. I've been keeping all the subclass missions to a minimum just to keep my thing from being crowded, but I'll probably pick up a bunch of those now too, just for stuff to do. But for now, I think I am going to sign out. Probably just right when Raleigh comes in. I'm going to sign out. I'll probably hang out and chat with him. But yeah, let's just pop a little pose here in front. Actually, let's get into third person first. Oh, and you know what? They in the whatchamacallit, in the experimental version of the game now, which is going to become the patch, they've seen that there's the vendor for Quicksilver is in there. So that means they're going to start doing the events pretty soon too for the Quicksilver. There's some emotes and stickers and things you can buy with that, some trophies. So that looks kind of interesting, not hugely compelling. Maybe there's another helmet you can get in there. But yeah, there's an emote called Mind Blown, where you put your hands on the side of your head and go, pow, mind blown. So it'll give me one more emote. We'll definitely do that just for the heck of it. I'm curious to see what the events are. Thank you, Hurricane, for saying that. I really appreciate that. And yeah, let's get in here. Raleigh's joining the game just at the last minute. But yeah, thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate you coming. Definitely do that if you liked it, so that more people will find it later on. And yeah, I want to say goodbye. Bye bye, everybody. Who's that? Oh, is that a Raleigh? No, that's a Sentinel. I thought he might be joining. All right, everybody, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for joining me in all of this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.